That's entertainment. You know, when you're a great fighter, or a great entertainer in general, you want the person to say, when do I see that person again? When's he gonna play again? When's he gonna fight again? You know, you gotta be able, if you can't put in seats, you're gonna get fired. You know.
Fight. And I have Crawford winning this fight. Crawford's gonna win this fight doing something that nobody's done to Canelo.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. And it didn't take me going to camp to know this.
Okay.
So Israel Majamov says that if Terence Crawford bulks up, that's going to be the biggest mistake he can possibly make. And that's going to hinder him from being victorious against Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Mike Tyson opened up after training with Terence Crawford, stressing the importance of staying calm ahead of the massive showdown with Canelo. Tyson explained that fighters always feel extreme pressure on such a big stage, but the toughest battle is in the mind. He believes that if Crawford can stay mentally strong and avoid getting overwhelmed, he'll be able to perform at his peak and potentially make victory look effortless.
You know, fighters, pressure, right? Pressure's not being hit. You know, everybody thinks pressure's like, get on, stay on. Pressure's the thought of being hit. And that's how they fall. The thought is going, I'm not hitting that hard, but they think I am.
Right. So
It's all psychological.
Are you, when you're walking to the ring, are you noticing anything, or are you so locked in?
I see everything moving. Every person, every girl. I see everything.
Dude, your walk-ins would last longer than the fights sometimes.
Do anyone have a napkin on my towels? Because I'm sweating like a pit with one hole up here.
You sweat.
We will get you one.
You sweat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You sweating like Charles Barkley at a spelling bee.
Yeah, I'm going to be sweating pretty hard there, too.
Exactly. So, Mike, we all know you hit hard. Who was the first person that when they hit you, you was like, oh, okay, this guy hits pretty hard?
Amir Khan, a seasoned boxer who once faced Canelo Alvarez in the ring, weighed in on the potential clash between Canelo and Terence Crawford. Khan praised Canelo's greatness and vast experience, but also highlighted Crawford's genuine punching power. With Crawford moving up in weight and adapting to the division, Khan believes he's stronger than ever. He insists this won't be a one-sided fight, as both men bring elite skill sets to the table. For Khan, this matchup isn't just another bout, it's a showdown between two extraordinary talents, where a single moment could change everything. While he respects Canelo's proven dominance at higher weights, Khan warns that Crawford's adaptability and relentless drive make this fight nearly impossible to predict.
That's a Canelo after, so to your point, can Crawford do the same? Coming up from 54 and 47, can he, or will that, throw off the catch and shoot? I was going to catch and shoot.
We're not catching the shoot. We're not catching the shoot.
We're catching it, resetting, and getting out of this range for a minute or two.
My fight with Arrow, I came back to the corner. I had a look on my face, I guess. My dad said, what's wrong? I said, nothing. Like, classic Sean, nothing. He said, Sean, tell me what's wrong. I said, my legs are kind of tight. He said, your legs kind of tight? He looked back, looked behind him. He would always do this and look back at the other corner. I don't know why. He looked back at them.
It's a habit problem.
He said, all right, we're not going to use our legs so much this round. And I was thinking to myself, like, I need these legs.
I'm not trying to wear these shots.
Yeah, so, to your point, when there's a feeling,
when the nervous system goes out.
Where does that adjustment take place? Do you trust the adjustment? Do you implement it? So that next round I did settle down a little more. I was
lost the round.
Whatever. Hello.
I don't know what round is.
Pour this water on you. So we got some time until this fight. So we ain't gotta pour it all out at one time. We'll work our way up to this one.
Try to get on big guests that lead up to the fight.
Expect some more very, very big guests, and expect some very, very big things from the Puerto Rico podcast. The week of Crawford versus Canelo versus Crawford takes place here. What is that? September 6th?
13th. I was just gonna say, I've been critical of the fight because I felt like it serves as a foreground to the Ali Act stuff.
Analysts have raised concerns about Terence Crawford's age and limited experience at higher weight classes. By the time a potential clash with Canelo happens, Crawford will be 38-10 age, where the natural effects of decline can no longer be ignored. Though he moved up to 154 pounds to face Israel Majamov, many observers remain unconvinced that one fight is enough preparation for a battle against someone as seasoned in the higher divisions as Canelo. In boxing, age is more than just a number, it impacts speed, reflexes, and recovery, all of which are crucial when facing a relentless opponent. While Crawford's skills are still razor-sharp, analysts question whether his body can respond with the same intensity it once did. They view this matchup as the ultimate test of his career, one that challenges him not only technically, but physically and mentally, given both the stakes and the caliber of his opponent.
Successful. September 13th, Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium, when he takes on another first ballot Hall of Famer, 4-division world champion, 2-time undisputed world champion, and reigning undisputed super middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. Terence Crawford had one fight at 154. That was against Israel Majimov, the WBA junior middleweight world champion, right? And since then, Terence Crawford has moved up now to 168 to challenge Canelo Alvarez, okay? And so prior to that, he spent 5 years at what? Welterweight. So the concern that people have for Terence Crawford, rightfully so, is that Terence Crawford will be 38 years of age 2 weeks after the fight. So he's 37, okay? Terence Crawford has one fight at 154. Prior to that, Terence Crawford has been competing, okay, since 2018 for the last 7 years at 147. Since June of 2018, he's been fighting at 147. His only fight outside of that division in the last 5 to 6 years was his fight against Israel Majimov at 154, which he won, unanimous decision. I thought he handily won, but people thought that he struggled. Israel Majimov is now 10 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 7 wins by way of knockout because he lost his last fight to Mexican superstar, WBC junior middleweight interim champion Virgil Ortiz Jr.
Terence Crawford and his team have made it clear that their preparation is laser-focused. They've studied the mistakes Jermall Charlo made in his loss to Canelo and are determined not to repeat them. Crawford has stressed that he is not Charlo. His style, discipline, and high ring IQ make him a different kind of challenge. His camp has crafted a strategy built on movement, precision, and smart pacing, knowing that raw power alone won't be enough to beat Canelo. Instead, the plan is to frustrate him with tight defense and strike effectively with counters. Training has been grueling, featuring intense conditioning and sparring sessions designed to replicate Canelo's trademark power and relentless pressure.
Team Crawford just revealed that they're currently working on making sure that the Omaha native doesn't end up like Jermall Charlo this coming September 13th when he faces Canelo Alvarez. Now this report comes from Boxing Scene, wherein it was just revealed by somebody from Crawford's camp that Terence Crawford is, quote, wary of repeating the mistake that former 154-pound champion Jermall Charlo made to a new weight limit without consideration of other factors. Boxing Scene further elaborated by saying that Crawford wants to retain his ability to fight with fluidity, maximizing the effectiveness of his power punches from both hands and ability to fight from a southpaw stance. With that said, Crawford's camp is now on full lockdown from the media or any sort of distraction up until fight week. Now, it's definitely worth considering that while it's...
Analysts have highlighted the natural risks that come with moving up in weight, where speed and agility often take a hit. Terence Crawford, now stepping into heavier territory, has sparked debate after photos surfaced online showing him looking noticeably bulkier. While experts warn that images can be misleading due to angles and lighting, the concern still stands. At his age, and with the added weight, can Crawford maintain the quickness that has always defined his style? Extra muscle may bring more power, but it also has the potential to reduce endurance and flexibility, two qualities that have long been his edge.
That's simply human. I mean, the more you age and the more weight you gain, of course you're going to be slower. Now, that doesn't mean that he won't be an elite fighter anymore. No, of course not. When you talk about special fighters like Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, they can handle themselves against anyone on any given night in the worst circumstances possible. That is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get back into the discussion when it comes to Terence Crawford carrying the 168 division, when it comes to the 168 pound weight. So if you actually think about it, Terence Crawford, how is the man looking right now? I know, yes, I know that we have seen the new pictures of Bud Crawford with him looking absolutely massive. But I actually talked about this in one of my previous videos, ladies and gentlemen, which you can go back and check out. Terence Bud Crawford, don't let these pictures fool you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let these pictures fool you. Yes, of course Terence Bud Crawford gained weight, but the pictures make it seem like Terence Bud Crawford looks like a heavyweight. Let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. The lighting and the pump and the angle, everything plays a part in how you look in pictures. You know what I mean? Like, this is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. I can show you 2 pictures of me taken within 24 hours, and in one picture, my physique looks completely different than the other picture. One picture I can take after having a unbelievable workout, with a nice sweat on, with a nice pump, with some nice lighting, and a nice angle. I would look completely different than when I look right now, or getting out of bed, which I just did.
Respected trainer Abel Sanchez has downplayed Crawford's chances against Canelo, going as far as to call the matchup more like a sparring session than a true contest. In his view, Crawford is simply too small to handle Alvarez. Sanchez echoed the widespread belief that Canelo's natural size, strength, and experience at higher weight classes give him a clear advantage. While he acknowledged Crawford's greatness, Sanchez emphasized that skill alone can't always overcome the physical realities of boxing.